And a popular ferry in Newport Beach may have to stop operations because of a state regulation. The Balboa Island Ferry in Newport Beach shuttles cars to and from Balboa Island, but new regulations involving emission requirements could make that impossible.
When you think about the Balboa Island Ferry, you think about the economic impact it has in a city like Newport Beach.
It's part of the fabric of our community. It's been here over 100 years.
We send people across the ferry to ride the peninsula, and then of course they're always coming back. So that's one of our main ride is going on the ferry to the peninsula. So if that ferry shut down, it would be detrimental to our business.
You know, it's interesting because any business owner, when you're doing a feasibility study of where do you want to run a business and how is that going to happen, it's that old adage of location, location, location. When you're standing here, the ferry is the benefit of the location for these waterfront businesses.
And for me and for my district and for my constituents and for the businesses that I represent, we think about peer-to-peer. We think about the businesses that are represented at McFadden Square and the Balboa Pier, and this ferry becomes the lifeblood for these opportunities with these businesses. When you get visitors coming down here, creating the environment where we're gonna be more family friendly and bring people down to the peninsula to get people out of their cars, enjoying the beach and enjoying what Newport Beach has to offer. And the ferry allows people to be walkable, rideable, connecting the island to the peninsula.
The Balboa Ferry isn't just about transportation per se, it's also an economic driver for our community. We know that when tourists come and they stay in the hotels right over here, they then get on the ferry and they go visit all the nice boutiques over on Balboa Island. They go to the fun zone. They ride in some of our Duffy boats here. It is a major economic driver for this community.
So certainly if the ferry were to go away, it would have a significant impact on local business. Tens of thousands of people come down to Newport every year to ride the ferry. Newport Beach residents ride the ferry. Junior guard people going to their classes over at the beach ride their ferry in the summer. It's just part of the fabric here of Newport Beach. Businesses rely on it. It serves as outflow as well for a second exit off of the island, which is so important.
Here we are on a typical June gloom day in Newport Beach, and I'm standing here watching dozens and dozens of people, tourists, land here and come over here to enjoy and get to the beach and cross through Balboa Village to get to the beach. And this is a vital transportation link.
It is, absolutely. If we put power out to the docks to charge batteries on the boats, that'll be a new operation. Because our big expenses, of course, are labor and insurance. Those are the big bills. And we pay the city of Newport Beach gets 5% of our gross for the use of the tide lands.
I mean, if the people aren't deposited here to explore the businesses in Balboa Village, I think there would be a significant economic impact.
I'm sure there would be, yeah.
Its operator says it hopes it can get an extension on a 2025 deadline to convert its 3 vessels to all-electric engines. The operator says about 1.5 million passengers use that ferry every year.
As a former business person, to take these 100-year-old ferries and try to convert them, especially in a short period of time, I don't see how it's even possible.
Orange County Fixtures celebrating 100 years.
Can't believe it. The Balboa Island Ferry in Newport Beach has been moving people and cars back and forth since 1919.
I'd be very concerned if we lost the ferry. The Beek family is one of our founding families. I know as president of the Chamber of Commerce, the Beeks have been a part of our chamber probably since the beginning. We were founded in 1907, and I think the ferry was founded a few years after that. So,
I mean, this is something, their family has been involved in our city since the beginning. 3 generations, citizens of the year. They do this as much out of just love of the city as anything.
The Beek story and the Beek family have been a very big part of what we do. Any of the issues with the ferry are like important to everyone who lives here and in the city. And if you didn't have the ferry, I would not feel safe. So it's important in a lot of ways. People come from all over, like 4th of July. The line would be maybe 2 hours long to go on a 2-minute ride to go over to the peninsula.
So let's talk about the history. How did the ferry come to be here?
Well, my dad took it over in 1919. There was rudimentary ferry service before that. But the service wasn't very good, and the city talked my dad into being the ferry operator in 1919, he had an 18-foot rowboat with an outboard. And nobody made him go electric. He just had a gasoline-powered outboard.
Now, was there cars transported or just
No.
people?
By special arrangement, they'd load a car on a barge and push it across. He made a self-propelled ferry that would take 2 cars in 1922. That ferry was called the Joker.
Oh, it had a name.
Yes. And then there's an evolution of ferries after that, too. We got up to what we've got now. The boats we have now were all built in the 1950s, but they've had a lot of improvements made since then.
Talk about your improvements. What have you done?
Oh, we've got hydraulic steering, and we've got much better engines and better transmissions, and on the docks we have automatic fastenings for the boat when it comes in. It used to be done with chains and shackles and things like that.
And you and your family, the Beek family, have been institutions in Newport Beach and have seen the tremendous growth. It's just been phenomenal. I'm not aware of any ferry company that's been owned by the same private family ownership 100 years.
I don't know.
I don't know anywhere in the country.
The family's important to us, the ferry's important to us, and it's important to the businesses here in Newport Beach.
Please join me and all of our residents and visitors in supporting the Balboa Island Ferry and doing all we can with the state of California to either exempt it completely, since we do believe here that it's a historical figure in Newport Beach, or at least put on extension for at least a decade. The technology is not there yet, and the visitors and the residents of Newport Beach want to continue to use the ferry for generations to come.
And save the ferry.